Not sure why the live stream looks so overexposed, but anywho, let's just get this started. Okay, hello everybody. It is Briximus Prime back for another live stream unboxing. And again, just like the previous couple of live streams, I'm starting to get a lot busier than I thought, so I don't really have as much time as I thought on my hands to do these live stream unboxings. So, which is why this is being uploaded so last minute and me just kind of throwing it together. But I do have some things to share. I do have a Big Bad Toy Store box that I do want to open, and I don't want to wait to open it. I just want to get it done, get it over with. And again, I want to shout out to everyone. I appreciate when you don't join it live, but you still watch it later. You still watch this live stream later after it's done being live. But anyway, let's just move on to the comic books, because every time I get new comics, I always show them off on the live streams because it's like the only time I get the chance to actually talk about them. But recently, it was Free Comic Book Day this past Saturday, and so I went off and got a bunch of free comic books. So let me just show off everything I got. So first off, there's this comic. It's the Spider-Man 2 Gamerverse comic. This is a prequel comic that takes place in between, after the events of the Miles Morales game and before the Spider-Man 2 game that's supposed to be coming out this fall. So really excited about this one. I've already read this one. So far, that's the only comic I've read of everything I've got on here in this stack. And then there was also this other Spider-Man comic, this Spider-Man Venom one that they also had. I don't know too much about it, but I do know that it has to do with Spider-Man and Venom. Looks like a really interesting read. Again, really enjoyed having a Free Comic Book Day. It's always nice to get free comics like this, especially from Marvel. But what's also nice about Free Comic Book Day is it exposes you to other comic books and other comic book companies and stories that you never would have really bought or read beforehand, because now they're free. So it gives you an opportunity to just pick one up and then just start reading it. So it's always nice when they do that. Next comic I also got was this Dawn of DC Night Terrors. Supposedly it's about like dark universe versions of each of the members of the Justice League, specifically Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. So interesting comic. I'll have to read that. I don't collect too many DC stuff, but every now and then there is that one that kind of stands out to me, and obviously that one looked interesting and it was free. So next one is from Dark Horse Comics. We have the Star Wars, the High Republic. I've never gotten into the High Republic comics or anything, so I guess this will be my first time exposure to this kind of stuff. And apparently it has a preview for an Avatar: The Last Airbender comic that's also supposed to be coming up as well. So, hello, Firewall. I'm doing fine. I was just showing off the comics that I've gotten for Free Comic Book Day that happened recently. And then next comic that I also got was this one, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from IDW. This was another free issue, and apparently it has a bonus story from the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series, which I have watched this series, and it's actually pretty good. But yeah, looks pretty sweet. And then I also have this one as well. I have Conan the Barbarian. Also managed to get my hands on that one as well. And then right here, there's also this Mech Cadets. This one looks interesting as well. And then, let's see. Oh, yes. And then, of course, there's also, for Free Comic Book Day, there was also this Uncanny Avengers, which, if none of you are aware of the Uncanny Avengers, basically it's the Uncanny X-Men. Why is this being overexposed? It's the Uncanny X-Men teamed up with some of the Avengers, and that's basically just what the comic is about. That just the Avengers dealing with X-Men problems and the X-Men dealing with Avengers problems. And then finally, the last free comic book that I got from Free Comic Book Day was this I Am Stan. It's like an autobiography or like a graphic biography of the legendary Stan Lee. So yeah, I haven't read all these yet, but I all picked them all up intending to read them. So that's everything I got that was free, at least. And then of the other comics that I bought the second issue of the, I really hope I'm pronouncing this right. Holy crap. It's overexposing me again. There we go. This is Marinus Calgar. Marinus Calgar, Marinus Calgar, I don't know. But this is a Warhammer 40K Marvel comic series, and this issue number 2 was the last one I needed of the series, so it's nice to get my hands on it. And then there's also this issue number 5 of Sisters of Battle. They didn't have a bag and board for it, so I just shoved it on the back of this one just to keep it nice. But they had the Sisters of Battle issue 5. I only have the Sisters of Battle issues 1 and 2, so this is just me throwing it into that story, and then I need to get my hands on 3 and 4. So there's the Warhammer comics. I dig the art style of the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I personally prefer the Turtles in their more traditional incarnations like they appeared in IDW or TMNT 2003. Yeah, I like TMNT 2003, specifically Shredder in that series. Very nice. And then I also picked up the first issue of this series of Spider-Man 2099 Dark Genesis. I'm assuming it has something to do with Carnage 2099. There's Spider-Man 2099 down there. Obviously, you're trying to promote Spider-Man 2099 more often this year because, because they have the new Spider-Man movie coming out that he's supposed to feature in. So makes sense that they're trying to advertise him. Then the next comic I have right here, again, this is another one that I bought. This is the Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters Dr. Aphra volume. This is the volume about how Dr. Aphra was involved in the War of the Bounty Hunters. Now, there is... So here's the thing. I actually chose this one very specifically because there is a moment in this comic that I wanted to own on a physical copy. I wanted to actually own this comic. It's here in the volume. It's literally like the first couple issues that it happens. But this comic introduces one of my favorite characters from Legends, and this comic technically brings him back as like a soft reboot into canon. And that character is, in fact, the bounty hunter Dirge. I love the character of Dirge. If none of you know who this is, then really go and try and look him up. Try to look up Dirge. But this is the first time he's coming back into canon again, because he was created back in the early 2000s, and then he ended up, and then after Disney bought Lucasfilm, he got shoved into that Legends era of stuff that wasn't canon anymore, because Disney was just like, no, we want to do our own thing. But anyway, this is the first time he's come back into canon, just not, officially. It's only on paper, both literally and figuratively. He's only in canon on paper in the form of a comic book. So I specifically chose this because of Dirge, not because of Dr. Aphra. I don't really mind Dr. Aphra as a character, but I specifically got this because I wanted the comic where Dirge came back. And then finally, the last comic book I picked up was the full volume that contains issues 1 through 5 of The Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. So I'm a fan of the Cosmic Ghost Rider, and I like this series, and so I decided, oh, hey, look, they've got the full volume put together, so I'll go ahead and buy that. So I've got the whole volume of each of issues 1 through 5 on this series. So I'm happy that I was able to get the Cosmic Ghost Rider, Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider full series on trade paperback. So very happy about that. So anyway, that's all the comics that I got of both what I bought and what I got for free. And that's also why I've kind of been avoiding buying comics over the past couple of weeks, because I knew Free Comic Book Day was going to come up and I was going to have plenty of stuff to read. Plus, I still had some that I still hadn't read yet that's in my ever-growing stack of comics that I still need to read. So that was nice. To be fair, having 2 TV shows named The Clone Wars might have been too confusing. Well, I mean, yeah, but the thing was, the reason why that first Clone Wars series came out was because Attack of the Clones came out, and then they made that show, and it came out right after Attack of the Clones and before Revenge of the Sith. And so technically that was our first introduction to General Grievous and our first introduction to Dirge and a bunch of these characters. And I still think that 2D Clone Wars micro series is really fun, but it's not canon, sadly. I would love if they would take some elements from that and bring it into canon if they can, because it would be nice to see Dirge and see like General Grievous when he was fighting a bunch of those Jedi and just like the events that took place were still really fun, and I still kind of wish that some of those moments were in canon, but just not the series itself. Like maybe they should have recreated some of those moments in the 2D Clone War in the new Clone Wars from 2008. I just think that would have been fun if they just recreated them in like the newer Clone Wars show. But that's I can go on a whole rant about it. Like there's a lot of things that I wish Disney kept in canon that they didn't, and so anywho. So yeah, now getting into the package. Of course, this is from Big Bad Toy Store, and as to what the title says, this is a Transformers unboxing, which, by the way, I have a toy hunt that I need to get out. I have toy hunt footage. It's just, I don't have a whole lot of things that I bought on the toy hunt that I can show off, because most of my Transformers I've been buying have been online purchases, and so I just don't really have anything to show off on the toy hunt of things that I've purchased. Well, there we go. So I don't really got too much to show off, but thankfully with stuff like this, stuff that's being mailed, I do have stuff to show off that's coming in the mail, so might as well show that off when I get the chance to, which is why I'm doing it right now. Unfortunately, it's too late to make Grievous cool since the 3D Clone Wars show kind of dropped the ball with him. I don't think they dropped the ball with him on making him cool. He still had a lot of cool moments, and if you notice, every moment Grievous has been present in the show has been a significant storyline of some kind. But the problem is Grievous did not show up in the show enough, in my opinion. Like, the moments he did show up were, like, really significant, but, like, he should have been in it more so we could get more variety of what Grievous was doing. That's my real complaint with the 3D Clone Wars show, is that he just never showed up enough, in my opinion, because he is legitimately one of my favorite Star Wars villains, and I felt like I was not getting enough of him throughout Clone Wars. Anyway, the figure should not be a surprise as to what it is that I got. This is the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Barricade. I know some of the opinions on this guy have been kind of meh. Like, some people are like, this guy's cool, but he could have been better engineering-wise. But I still wanted this figure, no matter how good or bad he was. He still looks the part, because we don't have an older Barricade figure. This is the first time this video game design has been put into a toy. And so, might as well get it while it's here. But yeah, I'm happy with him. I just need to open him up, and then I can... And obviously, I need to review this guy at some point, but I have a huge backlog of stuff that I need to review, and because of finals this week, it really hit me hard, and so I haven't really had the time to review things. Like that Gamer Edition Optimus, I literally got... I didn't want to fall behind and everything, so that Gamer Edition Optimus review that I uploaded a little bit ago, I was rushing so hard to get that done, like literally the night before finals. And so I uploaded the video, and then the video basically was just getting progress and gaining views while I was in the middle of doing my finals. So I thought, oh, I'm good. But ever since finals ended, I've been feeling creatively drained. I've been feeling tired. I've just been wanting to relax. And so that's why I haven't uploaded anything since that video. But I assure you, I do have videos planned right now of what's going to come up next. So first, here, before I open him out, first I have the Adventure Series Indiana Jones review coming up next. Then after this, I've got a bunch of Transformers reviews planned. Like, for example, obviously I need to review him at some point. And then I also have Rise of the Beasts Studio Series Air Razor I still need to review. I've got the Legacy Evolution Shrapnel, the Insecticon Shrapnel. And then I also have Needle Nose. I've got the Origins Jazz. I've still got some Velocitron figures I need to review. And then I've also got there's also a couple of Legacy Wave 3 or Wave 4 figures that I still need to review. Why is it overexposing again? Stop doing that. But anywho, oh yeah, that was the other thing I forgot to mention. I also went to the Lego store a little bit ago. We got a bunch of Lego sets. I'd grab them right now, but they're out. They're not in this room. They're currently being built right now. I mean, I can show off a couple of the things. Like, I did get this little X-Wing. It was a free gift with purchase. I got this Lego Death Star, which was also a free gift with purchase. One of the sets, at least that's here in my arm's reach, that I did buy. I've already built it. It's the pirate snub fighter. Yeah, I did buy a bunch of Lego recently too. Oh yeah, there's also this one. I've also bought this little Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 set, which I did watch the movie. That's why I bought this, because I liked the movie enough that I wanted to buy this. So just FYI on that movie, I did like it. My finals went fine. I passed. I got good grades on every single one of them. So the time away from YouTube did pay off, because that would really suck if I take time away from YouTube to focus on my schooling, and then I suck at schooling, and it feels like my sacrificed time doesn't mean anything. But thankfully, I did pass really well on those. Well, when I say pass, it sounds like I barely passed it. Like when I aced every single one of them. I got a high grade on every single one, so I did well. Just again, I'm glad that my time wasn't being wasted and I was able to actually pass them, because I wanted to make sure that I was not wasting my potential and opportunity that I took away from YouTube. I'm just glad that it turned out good, and I don't have to retake those classes now. Okay. So yeah, this guy does have a unique backdrop compared to the Optimus. I wonder if the Bumblebee will as well. So this guy's got some sort of Cybertronian city street scene for his backdrop. I'll definitely be using that a lot. Yeah, very cool stuff. Wonder what that says. I'll have to translate these little signs in Cybertronian language later, see what those say. Maybe there's some cool cameo things in there. So yeah, most of the complaints with this figure is that even though he's quite big for a deluxe, the main complaints is that he's quite clunky and chunky, and his articulation isn't really the best. And yeah, they were right. The articulation is not the best at all. His knees don't really bend in a whole lot, and he's got this kibble that kind of gets in the way of it that makes it seem like it doesn't pose at all. He has no ankle pivot. I will say this, though. This guy is a pretty big deluxe class. Like, holy crap, this guy's actually quite big for a deluxe. Does this guy have wrist swivel? Yes, he does. His elbows suck as well. His elbows barely bend at all. Yeah, that's the main complaint I've been hearing about this figure, is that he barely can pose at all, because he's just so clunky. Like, he's just such a clunkster. I'm going to start using that now. But at least his detail and everything is Studio Series quality. It's just a shame that his engineering isn't up to par. Also, this guy does have the same feature where you take the gun, you rip the arm off, and you make it look like he has the transformed gun arm thing. So that's cool, I guess. I just feel like this gun that he comes with is a little too thin. Like, it doesn't look like his arm transformed into this. The gun just looks a little too small, in my opinion, compared to his arm, which is like super duper chunky and everything. Like, I feel like it doesn't really proportion well, but it is what it is. Again, there's no ankle pivot, even though his feet are sculpted at a pivot. Like, this figure really feels like a canceled 2010 figure that they're now just releasing because, the video game stuff is relevant again. Why is it overexposing? There we go. Nope. Oh, it's doing it again. But anyway, point is, there he is. There's Barricade. And I'm pretty sure if this figure sells well enough, they're going to repaint it into a Breakdown, because Breakdown and Barricade shared the same body type in the game. So I'm sure they'll just repaint this and retool it. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of the kibble and everything, but like, I just want him because he's a character from the video game and I like the video game. So it's like I'm buying it just because of that. The figure itself could have been better. This guy is trash when you really compare him to the Optimus Prime. Holy crap, this Optimus Prime is amazing. And again, he is big for a deluxe. Like, look how big he is to the Optimus. Like, he's actually pretty sizable to the Optimus. But like, I would have much rather this guy been slightly smaller and then use the engineering that would have gone into his mass and put it into his posability and making him actually like proportioned well. Like, whatever. It's whatever. But like, come on, Hasbro. You kind of dropped the ball on this one a little bit. But I mean, he looks good, but like, looks can be deceiving. Decepticon, deceiving. Ha ha. Also, this guy actually does have gun storage, which is a plus over Optimus. Optimus does not have gun storage. So, why does Barricade have gun storage and not Optimus? Whatever. But yeah, I'll mess around with this guy more off camera, like just later throughout the day. Yeah. Parts. Wait. Parts Foreman. I'm kidding. Oh, yeah, he really looks clunky. Yeah, he is very clunky. His shoulders don't even rotate a full 360 because of the backpack. His shoulders don't move out all that far either. Like, he can't move his shoulders out very far. He does have a tight bicep swivel. And then he's got that very limited bend at the elbow, as mentioned. He does have wrist swivel, though it can be limited because there's this panel that gets in the way of it swiveling all the way around. And then, of course, he does have the waist swivel, which goes almost unhindered at all. But then he's got these giant hip wheel thingies that get in the way of his legs. Here's the thing. These hip wheels, you'd think those would get in the way of his legs moving out. But here's the thing. They only move out this far. The wheels don't even get in the way. It's the joint itself that doesn't even let you move it out farther. And then he does have thigh swivel, which is unhindered. But then he has knee bends that are hindered and just, so clunky. And then again, his ankles just move up and down like this due to transformation. And there's no ankle pivot. They are sculpted at a pivot, but it barely does anything. Because what if I want this guy standing up straight, but now he's always got to have a wide stance? I mean, that's not really a complaint. That's just nitpicking. But still, I like him, but he's definitely the worst of the video game figures based on what I've seen. The Bumblebee, I think, is a little better than this guy. But I don't, as of right now, I'm not sure when I'm going to get the Bumblebee. Because Big Bad Toy Store hasn't shipped him out or says that he's going to ship out anytime soon. It's just these two. So for now, I just have the Barricade and Optimus. And yeah, I'll get to Barricade eventually, but I want to get to some of these other guys in the backlog first. This overexposure is killing me. I look like a freaking glow stick on camera. But yeah, I have Shrapnel, I've got the Origins Jazz, and a bunch of other figures that I'm behind on that I need to review. Like, another figure I'm also really behind on is Cosmos. I haven't reviewed the Legacy Velocitron Cosmos yet. That's how you kind of know how far behind I am on stuff that I need to review. Just putting my stuff away. So, but yeah, I'll definitely get to Barricade eventually. It's just... I just have other priorities that need to get done before I fall behind on them too much. I also have third-party figures I still haven't reviewed yet that are also from TFCon, and that was all the way back in March. So, I even have stuff from there that I'm behind on. So, yeah, there's his box. I'll add it to the pile of ever-growing things that need to get reviewed. And then, again, I got all those awesome comics. I'll be reading those sometime later. But yeah. Oh, yes. I guess I should mention about that. I did see the... I'm trying to lean back so it doesn't overexpose me, but it's not working. Come on. Come on, you stupid camera. Okay. Okay. I did watch that new Rise of the Beasts clip, and yeah, I thought it was funny. I thought it was clever. I thought it was cool, action-packed, and it gave us a little hints into RC and Wheeljack and their voices, and I thought it was good. It was a good clip, but I want Hasbro to stop already. Stop it. I don't want any more teasers, no more trailers. I just want to go and see the movie now without any surprises. Like I just want to go and see it for myself now. Like, just stop talking about it for 2 seconds so I can go and watch it for myself. Anywho. There's Barricade and Optimus Prime. Man, Barricade is like just such a contrast from the Optimus Prime. It's overexposing me again. What the frick? Anywho, that's basically it for this live stream unboxing. Like I said, I didn't have too much to talk about or too much to say. But yeah. Again, anticipate more reviews coming soon. I know that I'm behind on things. I am behind on things. I have a ever-growing backlog. And also, I still haven't uploaded anything new to my LEGO channel since, like, February. Ugh. I need to work on that, too. I need to work on more LEGO reviews. Like, I could be reviewing some of the new stuff that I bought at the LEGO store. I could be reviewing the LEGO Indiana Jones sets. I could be building this and reviewing this. Like, I have so many LEGO things I want to review, but I keep focusing on the Transformers and the action figures more just because... I don't know. I'm just a little bit more enthusiastic about the action figure stuff right now because I'm on like a winning streak with the amount of like people that are watching and just like, you know, just the amount of subscribers I have. So I feel a little bit more motivated, but I do need to do more LEGO reviews. I need to do more, but anyway, that's a different story. So anyway, thank you all for watching. This has been Briximus Prime. Anticipate more reviews and more stuff coming up. And yeah. Good luck to everybody, for anyone who's still wrapping things up. And I'll catch you guys next time.